Hello, beta. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. The recording of the meeting is on now. Okay, so beta, I hope everybody has completed the third assignment.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. A couple of you, Sachin and Shivang, had sent me the assignment. Both of you have done well. So today we are going to move on to our next topic. Now these topics you may not have done in second mates. So now onwards, whatever topics we will be doing, it is possible that you may not have covered them during second mates. These are typical to phase 1 chart work. So the basics of the chart work are already covered up, and we are proceeding on to these specialized topics now. So today what we are going to do is number 1, having a lighthouse right ahead at a particular distance with current prevalent in the area. So we will see what this topic is, what all data, what all information is given to us in these type of questions, and what is the method procedure to solve them. So there is some current in the area, and counteracting that current or getting affected by that current, you have to steer a certain course so that a particular object, a lighthouse, is right ahead of you at a given distance. This is the first one. The second topic after this is known as blind navigation or navigation in restricted visibility. By blind, we don't mean that the navigator is physically blind. So by blind, we mean the circumstances are such that he is not able to see. So that is because of restricted visibility. So in restricted visibility scenario, if we are not able to fix up the position of the ship, we can only obtain a position line, only one position line, and after that we are not able to get any other position line or position circle. How to use that information to steer safe courses? So if our position is there, then there is no problem, we can proceed on our passage plan. But if we are not able to obtain a position and we only have a position line, one position line, then how can we use this insufficient information to ensure that the vessel remains safe? So ये दो topic one by one हम देखने वाले हैं. So let me set up the presentation and we will start off with them. Before I proceed off, any doubt or queries in your mind, beta? Okay, great. So let me set up the presentation and let's get to the point.
सर ये वाला टॉपिक इसमें एसके पुरी में तो नहीं है, किस किताब में है?
बेटा किताब की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है आपको. Just listen to what I say and practice the assignment. The topic is covered up.
ओके.
Okay. पूरी सर की बुक में ये कवर्ड नहीं है. If you want to refer to a book, कैप्टन चौधरी की जो चार्टवर्क की बुक है, I think there both these topics are covered up.
ओके सर, ओके.
Okay. So our next topic is sight an object right ahead at a certain distance with current prevalent in the area but without any leeway. So let's see how do we solve this type of question. As you see, we need to sight a particular object, most of the time a particular lighthouse. It should be right ahead at a given distance of. The lighthouse should be sighted right ahead at a given distance of, and there is some current in that area. So we need to find out our CTS. The CTS is not known to us, so that the lighthouse is right ahead at the given distance. Let's first see what all information or data items which are provided in this type of question. They will tell us the initial position, observed position or fix of the ship. The engine speed is given to us. A reference object which needs to be sighted right ahead is given to us. At what distance the object should be right ahead is also given, and the direction and rate of the current, set and rate of the current is also given to us. So this is what all is provided, and what we are required to find out is the course to steer. So let's try to plot this information onto the chart. We have the chart on our screen. So let's first plot our initial position. You can see the initial position marked by this green color circle. Let's name it as A. This is our initial position. Let's identify the object which we are required to keep right ahead. In this particular example, we are assuming that this hook head lighthouse is to be sighted right ahead at a given distance. So let's name the object as O. Now the set and rate of the current which is prevalent in the area is also given to us. All these items are provided. We are required to find out the course to steer to sight the object right ahead at a given distance D. So let's now see how do we go about this question. Beta, is the video and audio coming in fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
sir.
good, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta. Okay, all right. So any doubts up to here, beta? You have understood the information what is provided in these questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, first of all, in the first step, we should be clear in our mind that this is also a little different type of question. Different in a way because the questions which we have done till now, we had the information given to us in the question. We plotted that information onto the chart and got our answer. Now, in this particular question, you cannot find out how to do this or the method to do this question by thinking out. So let us say if you get this question first time in your exam, it will be difficult to think about the procedure and then start the plotting. You need to know beforehand, before you start solving this question, that what is the method with which we should be solving it. So the method needs to be known beforehand. Once you know the method, you know the stepwise technique, you can follow it, and in the end you will be able to see that the technique which you followed is correct. So it is a typical question in a way that you need to know the procedure beforehand. Okay, right now we don't know it, but by the time we complete this, you will have the procedure known to you, and then you can follow it stepwise and solve it. So this is how it is different from the previous questions. So step number 1 in this question, we need to find out the time required to cover the given distance. Let us say they want us to have this lighthouse right ahead at 12 miles off. So we need to find out what is the time that our ship requires to cover this 12 miles distance using our engine speed. So let's assume our engine speed is also 12 knots. So we know that we require 1 hour to cover this distance. So this is the first step. Calculate the time required to cover the given distance d using the engine speed. Now, once you have that time known to you, we can proceed ahead. Once the time is known, we now have to calculate the drift of the current. You see, the set and rate of the current is given to us. We know the rate, but we need to calculate the drift of the current. So drift is to be calculated for how much time? For the same time which we have obtained just now. Go ahead, beta.
Nothing, sir, nothing. It was just unmuted.
Okay, beta. Okay, all right. So what we have done till now is they had given us a certain distance off at which this lighthouse should be right ahead. So we just calculated how much time do we require to cover that distance using our engine speed. So whatever time we calculate, the drift of the current is to be calculated for that particular time only. So this is what we have done till now. Let's move ahead. So we have just now found out the time which we need to cover the given distance using our engine speed. In the example which we took just now, it was 1 hour. So we need to find the drift of the current for this period only. So in this example, it was 1 hour. So whatever the drift of the current is for that 1 hour, that is what we need to calculate. So once we have the drift known to us, now we can start the plotting. So what we will do is, from the object O, in our case, the Hookhead Lighthouse, we are going to draw the current vector, that is the set and drift of the current, which we have just now calculated. The drift is for the time duration which we need to cover the distance using our engine speed. And we will plot that vector starting from the object, in this case, the Hookhead Lighthouse. So let's plot the current vector. I have plotted the direction of the current vector. The length is equal to the drift in the same time which we require to cover the distance. The current is marked with 3 arrows. So let's make this marking. You can see the current vector. The point where the current vector ends, let's name that point as Bravo. So you see on the plot, Oscar Bravo is the current vector. The duration of the vector is the time required for us to cover the given distance. Now in the you can see it here also. The set and drift is for the time which is required to cover the given distance with our engine speed. Now what we will do is we will join our initial position, A in this case, to the point where the current vector ends, that is point Bravo. So join alpha with Bravo. Let's plot it on the chart. So you have this line joining alpha to Bravo. This line, which we have just now plotted on the chart, is our
course made good line.
Yeah, any doubts up to here, beta? Okay, let me
No, sir.
explain further. Okay,
सर ये
great.
सारा 1 घंटे के लिए चल रहा है ना पूरा?
हाँ बेटा, अभी सारी चीज़ क्लियर हो जाएगी. राइट नाउ यू आर इन द डार्क कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं. लेट्स फर्स्ट कंप्लीट द प्लॉट. वंस द प्लॉट इज कंप्लीट तो सारी चीज़ें क्लियर हो जाएंगी.
So right now, a lot of questions will be coming in your mind. How is this our course made good line? The length of the current
Because
vector is for the time which is required to cover the given distance, but AB side could be of any length. So how this is our course made good? Let me explain the full procedure. It will become clear in your mind now. So AB is our course made good. Course made good is marked using double arrows, 2 arrows. So let's plot these 2 arrows here. You can see the 2 arrows plotted on the CMG.
yes, sir.
Now in the next step, we have to draw an arc. So pick up your compass and open up your compass equal to the distance of which we need to have from this object. The distance of at which this object should be right ahead of us. So open up your compass equal to that distance. Keep your compass centered at the lighthouse, in this case, the hook headlight. So compass is centered at hook headlight. The compass is open, radius is equal to the distance at which it should be sighted right ahead. And now we are going to draw an arc so that the arc cuts our course made good line AB. So let's draw that arc. You can see the arc plotted on the chart now. This arc is centered at O, which is our object, and the radius of this arc is equal to the distance at which it should be sighted right ahead. So the point where the arc cuts our course made good line, let's name that point as Charlie. So you can see this Charlie point here. Now this Charlie point or the position is that point where the object is going to be sighted right ahead. When we are moving on the AB course made good track, it is at this particular point Charlie that the hook headlight will be sighted right ahead. Now, how is this possible? As I told you, line AB is our course made good line. And we have found out this point Charlie. Now, Charlie to Bravo, CB, is the distance made good in the calculated time, the time for which we drew the current vector, the time in which we will be covering up the distance at which we are required to sight the light right ahead. So this Charlie Bravo is the distance made good for that particular time. If required, we can also find out our speed made good. Once you have the Charlie Bravo distance made good, you have the time also in which this distance has been made good. So we can calculate the speed made good of the ship while moving on this track if it is required. Now, how is this Charlie Bravo the distance made good in this particular time? For this, let's draw a line joining point C, the Charlie point, with our object O, which is the hook head lighthouse. So let's join these two and mark this line CO. This Charlie to Oscar is our course to steer. So let's mark it with a single arrow. You see the single arrow being marked here. So Charlie to Oscar is our course to steer. Oscar to Bravo is the set and drift of the current. And Charlie to Bravo is the distance made good and the course made good. In fact, this triangle which you see, Oscar, Bravo, Charlie. So OBC, Oscar, Bravo, Charlie triangle. All the three vectors are for the same duration. That is the time required to cover this distance off from the lighthouse. So Charlie to Oscar, you can see it here on the chart, is the distance off at which the light is to be sighted. Remember, this arc was drawn with a radius equal to this distance off. And if you see this triangle OBC, Oscar, Bravo, Charlie, the duration of all the vectors or the duration of the course distance current triangle, that is the OBC triangle, is for the time required to cover the given distance using our engine speed. Let us say if distance was 12 miles and our engine speed was also 12 knots, then this triangle is for 1 hour. So Charlie to Oscar is the CTS and engine distance for 1 hour. Oscar to Bravo is the set and drift of the current for 1 hour. Remember, Oscar Bravo drift was calculated basis this particular time only. And obviously, when Charlie to Oscar and Oscar to Bravo are for the 1 hour duration, then the third vector, that is Charlie Bravo, the green color course made good vector, will also be for the same duration. So now you can see why did we follow this particular method. Now everything falls in place. It becomes clear why these steps have been calculated or marked in this particular way. So that is the special thing about this particular question. You will not come to know beforehand why these steps are being taken. But once the plot is completed and you look at the plot, everything falls into place and it becomes clear that this plot which we have made is for the given time duration. And you see at point C, when the ship is at point C, the heading will be in the direction of CTS, course steered, and it is pointing right into the lighthouse. So hook head light is going to be right ahead when the ship is at C point, the Charlie point. However, the track on which the ship is actually moving is the green color track, that is the course made good track. So ship will be proceeding from Alpha to Charlie and then Charlie to Bravo over the ground. But at point Charlie, the hook head lighthouse will be right ahead. Now, before you reach at point Charlie, you are somewhere in between Alpha to Charlie. This hook head lighthouse will be on your starboard bow, at some place on your starboard bow. So at point C, it will be exactly right ahead. And when you cross point C and you are somewhere between Charlie to Bravo, you will see this hook head lighthouse crossing over to the port bow. So in fact, this question can be asked to you in a different language. Instead of asking you, find the course to steer so that this lighthouse can be sighted right ahead at this particular distance off, they can also ask you that if you are moving on this particular track, find out at what time this lighthouse will be crossing your bow. Okay, because you see the Charlie point is also the point where the lighthouse is going to cross from starboard bow to the port bow. So in some of the questions, the question may be twisted, the wording may be twisted slightly, and they will tell you to find out the position at which this particular lighthouse crosses your bow.
Sir, अगर ये crosses your bow वाला question रहेगा, then also they will give us a distance, right?
नहीं बेटा, वो थोड़ा सा चेंज हो
What
जाएगा।
distance it will, at what distance it will cross your bow? ऐसे सर फिर
No.
हमें distance नहीं पता होगा तो हम सी कैसे पहुंचेंगे उस पे?
नो बेटा, अगर वैसा क्वेश्चन होगा ना, द एंटायर क्वेश्चन वुड चेंज। यू जस्ट कीप इन
अच्छा, sir.
माइंड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट। उसमें इंफॉर्मेशन भी अलग हो जाएगी, मेथड भी थोड़ा सा अलग हो सकता है, बट व्हाट यू नीड टू नो
उसमें
इज
क्या
द
फर्क रहता है
कॉन्सेप्ट।
सर?
बेटा आगे ऐसा क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस के लिए करेंगे। लेट अस, वी विल गो इनटू द पास्ट पेपर्स एंड सी, यू विल कम अक्रॉस दीस
अच्छा,
टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस।
ओके चलो। मैं सर जस्ट ये पूछ रहा था कि मतलब इससे कुछ थोड़ा एक दो स्टेप अलग रहेंगे ना उसमें, तो ठीक है।
से अगेन बेटा।
आई मीन टू से वो जो क्रॉस वाला क्वेश्चन कह रहे हो उसमें एक दो स्टेप भी डिफरेंस रहेंगे ना यहाँ पे।
हाँ बेटा,
करंट तो उसमें
बिकॉज
लाइट हाउस पे
let me see
लेकिन
if I can
डिस्टेंस ही नहीं होगा तो करंट।
let me see if I can find out that question. So instead of discussing it, we will see it on the
और
screen.
सर हाँ जी, और सर अगर डिस्टेंस नहीं होगा तो हमारा स्टार्ट ही नहीं हो पाएगा ना कुछ।
Right, that's right. But
अगर
you understood the concept, na? That
हाँ जी हाँ जी
between Alpha to Charlie, the lighthouse will be somewhere on our starboard bow. At
हाँ
point
वही
Charlie, it will be right ahead. And once you
क्रॉस
cross
करके।
Charlie and you are somewhere in between Charlie to Bravo, it will come on our port bow.
हाँ जी
Okay. और doubts बताओ बेटा।
सर मेरे को ये वाला ए से सी में इसमें स्टारबोर्ड बॉव पे होगा, ये मेरे समझ में नहीं आया।
ओके 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 बेटा, हमें ये पता है कि हमारा शिप जो कोर्स स्टीयर कर रहा है, दैट इज इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द ब्लू कलर वेक्टर, राइट?
यस सर, दैट्स करेक्ट।
राइट। अब अगर मैं इसी ब्लू कलर वेक्टर के पैरेलल एक लाइन ड्रॉ करता हूँ समवेयर बिटवीन ए एंड सी, लेट अस से समवेयर हियर। अगर मैं ये जो ब्लू कलर का हमारा CTS वेक्टर है, इसके पैरेलल एक लाइन ड्रॉ करता हूँ, दैट इज द डायरेक्शन इन विच द शिप विल बी हेडिंग।
सर CMG तो अपना AB पे है ना, तो जहाज तो नीचे ही मूव कर रहा है ना।
Oh, just a minute. Let me open it up in PDF and show you. Just give me a minute. Huh? Okay, beta. I hope you can see the plot now.
सर यस सर।
Right. अब मैं बेटा यहाँ पे एक शिप की फोटो बना रहा हूँ. So our ship will be heading in the direction of the blue color vector, but it will be moving along the green color track. That is the meaning of course made good and course to steer, right?
यस सर, यस सर।
Okay.
Now let me assume that my ship was somewhere here in between A and C. मेरे ship की जो heading है वो तो यही रहने वाली है. So the ship would be heading in this particular direction.
सर आ गया समझ में.
Like this. So now you see जो ये hook head lighthouse है हमारा, it will be on starboard bow.
Yes sir.
So between A to C, the hook head light is on our starboard bow. When you reach at Point Charlie, the hook head lighthouse is right ahead. And if you cross this point and come somewhere here, let me make the diagram of the ship here also. So this is the heading of the ship, and you can see, let's name this point as D. So when the ship is at point D, you can see that the hook head lighthouse has gone on our port bow. So it is at point C that the hook head lighthouse changes or crosses over from starboard bow to the port bow. Okay, beta, understood?
Yes sir.
Okay.
सर एक डाउट था.
हाँ बोलो बेटा.
ट्रायंगल है जो टाइम के लिए ट्रायंगल बनाया है, ये
Right.
से कौन सा डिस्टेंस है? ये जो लाइट हाउस है वो वाला डिस्टेंस है जहाँ पे हम उसको राइट हैंड साइड करेंगे, दैट डिस्टेंस?
Okay, let me tell you. Let us say the question says that the set and rate of the current is 180 and 2 knots. This is the current. Okay, let me draw the symbol here. This is what is given to us. And our engine speed is also given. They have given us a engine speed of 12 knots. So set and rate of the current is also given, 180 into 2 knots. The engine speed is also given as 12 miles. And they have told us that this hook head lighthouse is to be sighted right ahead when it is 18 miles off.
Yeah, so 1.5 hours then. Everything
Right.
for 1.5.
So is the question clear now, beta?
Yes sir.
Okay. So I'm going to show you the steps now. अब पहला स्टेप जो हम फॉलो करेंगे बेटा, जो ये डिस्टेंस ऑफ हमें दिया गया है, लेट मी कॉल इट DO, डिस्टेंस ऑफ. डिस्टेंस ऑफ जिस पे हमें हुक हेड लाइट हाउस को राइट अहेड रखना है, दैट इज 18 माइल्स. तो सबसे पहले तो हमें चेक करना होगा दैट विद आवर इंजन स्पीड हाउ मच टाइम विल वी टेक टू कवर दिस 18 माइल्स डिस्टेंस. हमारी स्पीड 12 नॉट्स है, डिस्टेंस 18 माइल्स है, सो हाउ मच टाइम डू वी रिक्वायर?
1.5.
Very good. So we require 1.5 hours. This is the time required. सबसे पहले तो हमें ये time find out करना है. Now once you find out the time, you can move on to the second step now. What you do is, for this time, that is 1.5 hour in this example, find out what will be the drift of the current. Rate of current is 2 knots. So in 1.5 hour, what will be the drift?
3.
Very good. So this Oscar Bravo vector, current vector, which I am going to draw, will be 3 miles length. So मुझे ये करंट उतने ही टाइम के लिए लगाना है जितना टाइम मुझे डिस्टेंस ऑफ कवर करने के लिए चाहिए. So in this case it is 1.5 hour. That is why I used this current vector Oscar Bravo for 1.5 hour, that is 3 miles long. Okay beta, understood up to here?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
अब मुझे इनिशियल पोजीशन उन्होंने क्वेश्चन में दी हुई है. सो व्हाट आई डू इज फ्रॉम द इनिशियल पोजीशन आई ज्वाइन द एंड ऑफ दिस वेक्टर. सो अल्फा ब्रेवो AB लाइन, ग्रीन कलर की लाइन मेरे पास आ जाएगी.
Yes sir.
So this line is there on the chart. Now in the next step what I do is I keep my compass on hook head, open it equal to the distance of which is 18 miles and draw this arc. So this arc cuts the course made good at point Charlie. So ये जो blue color का vector है, इसकी length कितनी हो गई? इसकी length हो गई 18 miles.
Right. Now if you look carefully, जो हमारा चार्ली ऑस्कर CTS वेक्टर है, ब्लू कलर का वेक्टर, that is for 1.5 hour duration because our engine speed is 12 knots.
Yes sir.
The current vector is for 1.5 hour duration. इसको तो हमने पहले ही 1.5 hour के लिए लिया है. So that means जो ये चार्ली टू ब्रेवो कोर्स मेड गुड आया है हमारे पास, this one will also be for 1.5 hours because triangle में तो तीनों वेक्टर सेम ड्यूरेशन के होते हैं.
Yes sir.
So ये जो हमारे पास ट्राइंगल आ गई, ऑस्कर ब्रेवो चार्ली ट्राइंगल. Now this is for 1.5 hour duration. All the three vectors represent 1.5 hour length. So this is how we arrived at this particular triangle. अब अगर आप चाहो तो यहाँ से अपनी स्पीड मेड गुड भी निकाल सकते हो. So green color vector Charlie to Bravo is for 1.5 hour. So you just measure it from the chart and divide it by 1.5. You can also find out what will be the speed made good of the ship on this particular track. Speed made good भी निकाल सकते हैं. अगर वो हमसे पूछे what will be the ETA to point C, तो हम वो भी निकाल सकते हैं. If they ask us what will be the position of point C, तो हम उसे भी निकाल सकते हैं. We can read out the position from the chart.
Yes sir.
ओके बेटा, और बताओ, और कोई डाउट आ रहा है माइंड में?
तो बेसिकली सर इस पे जितना भी काम करना है वो लाइट हाउस पे करना है, जैसे करंट उस पे लगाना है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू, और इनिशियल दे रखी है तो उन दोनों को ज्वाइन करके सीटीएस काट देना है बेसिकली.
If it makes it easy for you to understand, yes.
ओके
Okay.
सर आप वो क्रॉसिंग वाला बाव वाला भी बता देना सर, जब भी मतलब मैं क्रॉसिंग और बाव जो आपने कहा ना.
Let me see a question. बहुत कम क्वेश्चन ऐसे आए
ये
हैं.
सर अभी
but
साथ
let
साथ
me
में
see
पता लग
if I
जाएगा
can.
ना, थोड़ा याद रखो.
Don't worry बेटा, मैं बाद में भी याद करवा दूंगा. Don't worry. You have to
जैसे भी आप.
to more than 2 months to practice and ask me your doubts in chart work.
सर आपने अभी ये जुलाई वाला रिजल्ट देखा सर?
नहीं बेटा, मैंने देखा नहीं अभी.
सर इसमें मेट्स का रिजल्ट
कैसा आया बेटा?
सर फिर आप देखोगे, फिर मतलब फिर बात करेंगे, मतलब मैं बोलूंगा तो थोड़ा ऐसा लगेगा पर.
ओके. अब मैं एक बात बताऊं बेटा तुम्हें.
हाँ सर बोलिए बोलिए.
मैंने जुलाई वाला रिजल्ट तो नहीं देखा है, बट यूजुअली जो फेज 1 का रिजल्ट होता है और
हाँ,
उसमें जो नेविगेशन सब्जेक्ट है, इसका रिजल्ट 40 to 60% के बीच में वेरी करता है.
ओके.
So on an average the result is about 50%. So let us say if we are 40 guys in the batch, so going by the averages, 20 are going to
then
pass.
40 will pass sir. 40 will pass.
Okay, great beta, that is the spirit. So those 40 out of 40 can pass, but then you need to put in effort. You need to put in effort. समझा तो मैं दूंगा तुम्हें.
Yes sir.
पर मेहनत तुम्हें करनी पड़ेगी बेटा, फिर 40 out of 40 आ सकता है.
सर इसमें एक ही सब्जेक्ट की बात कर रहे हैं ना, बाकी भी नहीं कर रहे हो.
हाँ सर ये भी पॉइंट.
ओके या एक ही सब्जेक्ट की बात कर रहे हैं बेटा.
सर ये
पर
एग्जाम्स एमएमडी के दिसंबर में हो सकते हैं पॉसिबल?
बेटा ये तो एमएमडी ही बता सकती है. राइट नाउ द सिचुएशन इज क्वाइट फ्लेक्सिबल बिकॉज ऑफ दीज कोविड रिस्ट्रिक्शंस. सो वी डोंट नो व्हेन दे आर गोइंग टू होल्ड दीज एग्जाम्स.
सर यूजुअली कब होते हैं, मतलब कितने दिन बाद होते हैं कोर्स खत्म होने के?
बेटा ट्रेंड चेंज होता आ रहा है. सी फ्रॉम लास्ट मार्च till about February this year there were no exams at all. So उसके बाद से इन्होंने एग्ज़ाम कंडक्ट करने शुरू किए हैं एंड उसमें भी सीट्स की रिस्ट्रिक्शन इन्होंने डाल दी है. लाइक नोएडा MMD was having unlimited seats before COVID, but after COVID now they have restricted it to 20 seats per institute. and ये भी restriction आ गई है. Then for a couple of months they tried out holding the exam of all the grades. ASM phase 2 phase 1 second mid ऐसा भी हुआ है. एक particular month में इन्होंने चारों grade की exam जो है hold किए हैं. And then now this month they are holding only second mids. So I don't know how they are deciding on which grade exams are to be scheduled in which month. Maybe they are having a look at the numbers. They have all the numbers, and wherever they feel that the candidates are getting collected, the numbers are getting, there is a bottleneck kind of thing, they open up that grade. So the
ऐसा भी हो रहा था सर जुलाई में ऐसा भी हो रहा था कि जो बंदे लाइक 5 पेपर अप्लाई कर रहे हैं ना तो उनको 3 में ही सीट दे रहे थे, 2 छोड़ दे रहे थे. मोस्ट ऑफ के साथ यही हुआ है. जिन्होंने 5 के लिए किया उनको 2 या 3 सीटें, 2 या 3 पेपर की सीट्स दी हैं, बाकी सबको छोड़ दिया. लाइक
राइट बेटा,
कईयों
ऐसा
को
भी
2-3 दे दी, कईयों को 2-3 उनको दे दी.
ऐसा भी हुआ है बेटा. See, from MMD side, yes, this has also happened. People could not get the seats of all the subjects. और दूसरी चीज़ ये भी है बेटा that candidates that time were not very well prepared because nobody was expecting exams would happen. Then suddenly they announced the schedule. Within a short
7 दिन में 7 दिन में आया था सर अनाउंसमेंट. 7 to 10 days were there.
Right. So they were little low on motivation kind of front because थोड़ा time चाहिए ना बेटा to get yourself mentally prepared to get into the groove. So that was not there that time. So that could be one of the reasons for a adverse result.
सर एक चीज और पूछनी है, हमारा बीच में कोई टेस्ट वगैरह होएगा क्या आप इंस्टीट्यूट में?
बेटा every subject either there will be a test or sir will give you some assignment to do. Now as far as navigation is concerned, navigation में मैं आपको assignments ही दे रहा हूँ. So इसीलिए मैंने आपको बोला है that you keep on doing it in a separate notebook. If required, I will get scans from you and keep it as a record with me. So for navigation, I'm not going to have any exams per se. I'm giving you sufficient number of assignments. Just keep on doing them and keep your register ready. That's all.
Okay, sir.
बाकी सब्जेक्ट्स के बारे में सर कुछ आइडिया दे दीजिए.
बेटा जिस सब्जेक्ट के बारे में पूछना है सेम फैकल्टी मेंबर यू आस्क.
ओके सर.
Okay, they may change their style, so you ask them. It is better you ask them.
ठीक है सर.
Okay. और बेटा और any more doubt?
कुछ नहीं सर, बस क्रॉसिंग अबाउट.
Okay, ठीक है. So let's take a break then. So one of the topics is done. Let's take a break. दूसरा topic अब हमारे पास जो है that is blind navigation or steering safe courses using a single PL. So have your cup of tea, coffee. What time you want to meet back?
सर जवाब बोलो सर.
ठीक है बेटा. Keep it 45.
Okay, 45.
Okay dear. Okay.